Oh, look at that.
We can look at that.
Got my big thing of water.
Keeping healthy. Water, Fitbit watch.
Never in my life. Wow.
Baby, what's up? Are we live? I think we are live with the amazing Ayesha Curry. Ayesha, what up, girl?
Hi. I'm so excited.
I'm hyped too, man. I'm super duper
It,
hyped.
it's
Um,
weird doing this in a formal way.
yeah, because we do it all the time. The other
So weird.
way. I'm just so hyped, Ayesha. Ayesha, thank you so much for joining me. I think you're such a great example for women all over doing your thing as an entrepreneur or momtrepreneur, I should say.
Thanks.
And I just wanted to show you some love, but I just wanted a lot of women just be inspired by a lot of people to be inspired by what you have going on and how you make it all go. A lot of people are afraid to take that leap of faith, and we're here to help people pursue their dreams and turn them into a reality. Thanks to the help of Yellowbrick. Ayesha, how are you doing?
I'm great. I can't complain. We're blessed. We have our kids. We're able to stay home and shelter in place, and so I can't complain. We're just trying to find the silver linings in the fact that we get to spend so much time with the kids and really nurture them during this time.
Yeah,
So we're pretty happy over here.
I love it. It's been so dope to watch your cooking show from Instagram. Every day, your stories like get me so hyped. I love the Jamaican food mostly.
Yes. Yes. We share a love of Jamaican food because we're Jamaican.
Yep, yep.
So by way of our by way of our parents.
Yep.
But I mean I love everything about it. It's so funny. I obviously I grew up like my grandma, my mom, they were doing all the cooking of the Jamaican food. And so I you were with me the first time I ever cooked anything Jamaican
Yeah,
when I made my stew peas.
I
And
loved it.
remember that?
Yeah,
And
and you did it. You did it different though.
I
Can we
did.
tell them how you
It
did
was
it?
bougie. It was super bougie. I used filet mignon instead of stew beef.
Believe it, yo. And guess what? It
Oh,
was fire.
it was done in 15 minutes though.
It was done super fast, and it was fire.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
shout out that. I loved it. I loved it. But your Instagram stories are just have my mouth watering every day. I just want to come over and eat some of that.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. I'll be over soon. um, you guys should definitely stick around because we're gonna be giving away a dope 10-piece cookware set from Aisha's cookware line. Y'all see some of them behind me. I'm blessed to have the red ones behind me. We're gonna pick a lucky winner later on just for y'all checking us out and showing us love. We'll be sending that over to you. But that is a little bit later. Right now we have
What is happening?
oh, but get ready, girl. Get ready. The sounds are gonna be coming from all over the place.
No.
We got Aisha in the house.
I'm done. I can't.
Let's go. Aisha, what was your dream when you were a kid? Your face looks crazy, but you better get ready.
So I went through phases. So first it was a pulmonologist, which is a lung surgeon. And I
Mm,
went through that whole phase. Then I wanted to be Miss Universe, and that was a phase. And then I wanted to be an actress, and that was a phase.
hmm
And then I fell into food, and I'd been cooking since I was a little girl. And it's one of those things you wish you realized you could do it for a living,
Yeah,
but everything in its time. So
I love it. What's up to everybody in the chat? What's up? What's up? I see y'all. Um, Aisha, when did you realize that you can turn your passion into a career?
I realized in the midst of it happening. So after I had Riley, our first daughter, for those of
hmm
you that don't know, um, I started a blog to post up recipes and the things that I was doing with her, and as a way to stay connected with our family. And then other people started paying attention, and so it grew into something more. And then I transitioned into doing the YouTube thing, and then it just started to grow, and so it happened very organically. But once I realized that people were interested, I was like, oh, okay, well then I'm gonna take this by the reins and go full throttle. Why not?
Hmm. So really, the interest and just you kind of just taking that leap of faith and like starting a YouTube channel is what
Yeah.
really drove you to say, "Hey, I could really do this," and a lot of people really support it. So let me just go in.
Yeah, it truly sprouted from passion. Like this, it's there's no other way to put it.
I love it. That's she's telling y'all right now, y'all follow your passion, dive into it. Y'all already know you can check yellowbrick.co for all of our industry essentials programs for you to make your passion, take your passion, turn it into a career as well. Ayesha, how was your Mother's Day?
My Mother's Day was great. I got to sleep in, so that's a plus.
Mhm, nice.
Any mom out there with a little one knows that's a gift in of itself.
For real.
We I was able to get takeout from International Smoke for the day, so that
Hmm.
was nice. Stefan got me this Fitbit. It's not a plug. It's not a plug. I'm just really excited about it. At first, I was really salty about the gift, very upset, very
Why?
because I was like a Fitbit, like a Fitbit. If you say Fitbit one more time, and then I was so salty about it. And then after like a day of using it, I was like, ooh, yes, I'm into this. Like I can try because I've been into my fitness lately,
You
and so
have.
it ended up being the perfect gift.
So
So
great for you right now. You're killing it. You've been in the gym every single day, and you motivating me, and I'm sure you motivating everybody else to just like, yo, Aisha's getting it. Let me go get it, man. So every time I see you, it's a true inspiration.
I'm down like 35 pounds.
What?
Crazy.
What?
Finally,
35 pounds? You go, girl. Okay.
I'm done. One.
Speaking of Mother's Day, I think part of the reason why I think you're so dope is because you follow it, you chase your passions, and you made it, and you're doing it at a high level. But you're here for the community. You do such a dope job for the people out in the community and really reaching out and touching people. And recently with the foundation, Eat Learn Play, you did something super dope with a denim jacket. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we created this jacket, this denim jacket, an essential staple in the wardrobe. But on the
Mm-hmm.
back, it says woman. And the intention with that was to launch it with the foundation, with Eat, Learn, Play, our foundation, for International Women's Day. But I don't know if you remember, that's when all of the COVID stuff started happening, and things were really uncertain. So we held off until just a couple weeks ago, Mother's Day, and we said, let's launch the jacket for Mother's Day and make them free and give all of the, not make them free, all of the proceeds from the sale of the jacket would go to a local organization called Help a Mother Out
Mm,
that's providing diapers, wipes, food, for mothers and their children in need. So Oakland's so important to us, and that's where we've decided to focus our efforts for the time being, just because that city has really nurtured us like into our grown
it's like
adultness.
home for y'all now, for real.
Yeah, it is.
Look at Curry. Look at Curry, man. Just amazing, bro.
So inspirational. You guys are so
Wait,
inspirational.
this is
Can you, can you, can you tell me a little more about Eat, Learn, Play and what you guys do?
yes. So Stefan and I and everybody involved in our foundation truly believe that there are three fundamental things to nurturing and growing up a healthy, strong child so that they can thrive in adulthood, and that is eat, so access to healthy nutrition and food; learn, so great education, making sure that every child has access to that; and play. So sounds so simple, but making sure that there are safe places to play and encouraging kids to get active. It's those three things that we think are so small that are so important in making sure that children can thrive. And so that's our initiative. Right now, we're hyper focused in the Bay Area. We obviously have plans to expand, but again, we love the Bay, and so we're just trying to make sure the people around us are good, and that the kids, are learning, playing,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
eating
eating.
well. Hmm.
And they definitely doing that for sure. So shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
You guys are doing great with Eat, Learn, Play. I love seeing it. I'm big in philanthropy myself, so I love to attend you guys' events, and I just really love your drive for the people and how you guys really put on for Oakland and just everywhere else that you guys do, man. You're such a great example to everyone in that space and everyone who wants to start their own thing and really give back to the community. So shout out to you guys at Eat, Learn, Play, and you guys can check all of their Eat, Learn, Play stuff out at eatlearnplay.com. Is that correct?
.org.
.org. I apologize. Eatlearnplay.org. Y'all don't get it messed up. Don't mess it up like me. I want to talk. I love what you do for women, and lately you've been ramping it up, and you got with Ellen, and you guys launched something called Fempire. Can you tell me a little more about Fempire?
Absolutely. So Fempire on EllenTube is all about female empowerment, but same difference, right? It's all about giving women a platform for these things whether it's a passion project, it's already a career, whatever it is, giving them that push they need in the right direction. So we pair these women up with some of the best experts in the field of work that they're in. We give them all sorts of gifts, but not frivolous gifts, like things that are going to help them nurture their businesses and send them on their way. And so it's a power-packed couple of hours where they learn so much about how to just push their businesses forward. And we keep in touch with them and follow along to make sure that they're doing really well.
Can you guys do you still see me? Because I feel like we cut out.
Oh, we're back.
We're back. Yeah. Yes, Ayesha, Empire is so dope. I watched a few episodes and like you're like Ellen in your own right, where you get to go to someone's space.
No, yeah, I'm just honestly, I told all of the women on this first season, I was like, you guys keep saying thank you, but no thank you. Like, I'm just happy to be here and be in y'all's presence, learning from you and to be, a part of the Ellen family. It's been such an exciting journey. And I think my whole thing that I had to offer to these women was letting them know that, like, in life, you can write your story on anything, right? All you need to do sometimes is be given a pen. And so in a sense, we're giving these women a pen and the opportunity to go out into the world and write their story however they want on whatever they want.
That's so dope. Why is it important for you to empower women this way? Empower women, sorry.
Truly, I think for me, it's important because I have two daughters that I know are watching my every move. And so that comes first, just making sure that I'm setting a great example and setting the foundation and paving the way for them to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do. And then I think for women in general, it's just growing up, there weren't necessarily a ton of examples of people like me that were doing the things that I'm doing. I mean, I think about even with my Food Network show, I believe I may have been one of the youngest people to have their own show on the network, let alone a woman of color being that age. So I think I was 25 at the time. So it's just insane. And so just being able to set an example like that and letting women know that they don't have to be put into a box or a lane. You can be whoever you want to be. You can decide to change. That's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
There's no instruction manual and there's nothing you have to follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, lady. You don't have to follow anybody else or do what anybody else is doing, or even peek to the side and look at how someone else's success is going through the roof and you're not there yet. She just said there's no time to, you just kind of have to follow your passions and just make it work.
Yeah.
So Ayesha, when I think about you, I close my eyes, I think about you. I think
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler.
Yeah. I think you're a hustler, first and foremost. But then I think about how amazing of a mom you are. Like, those two things come to mind first. You're the mother of a unicorn, a butterfly, and a wolf. Break
Yes.
down why you chose those three symbols to represent you. There they go.
People don't know I'm so yadded.
For the low, you tatted for real.
I know.
What made you choose those three symbols for those little ones?
They really embody like these symbols when you really do a deep dive into the meaning behind it. So with Riley, Riley's always been such a free spirit. She's athletic. She moves fast. She's a unicorn. It's really a horse, but a unicorn, and she like really embodies that. If you go Google it, it's like to a T. Ryan, without a doubt, is our butterfly, and that came about because. So it took us, you've been through it all. It took us a long time to get pregnant with Ryan. People don't know this. It just so happened that it happened in October again. It wasn't planned.
Yeah.
It just happened that way. Okay.
October the month. September, October, I be.
Just move
Yeah.
It took a long time, and we finally like, forget it, whatever. Like we went on a date and we went to go look at art, and we were both drawn to this artwork of butterflies. And the gallery owner walked up and he's like, yes, the artist drew this as a reminder to always be in the moment, and that to not be afraid to be happy with the present. And so for us, we're like, oh my goodness. And then of course, a month later, boom, like we find out we're pregnant with Ryan. So she's always been our butterfly, and she's such a free spirit. That girl. And Shannon's young wolf, because his name means wolf. And so he's always been, everybody talks about, oh, Trey the third, like blah, blah, blah. No, he's our young wolf.
He's a young wolf. There's another meaning to that though, right? Behind his name?
Yeah.
What is it?
What do you mean?
There's I want to say like, I forgot what religious meaning it has.
I forgot too. I have quarantine mom brain now. That one's trifold. That one's not even funny.
That's hilarious. But all of your kids,
I apologize for it.
It's all good. We got the wolf meeting. All of your kids are born in July, like myself. So it's a pretty special month. It was a special place for you guys for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
And you just dropped your amazing magazine. I got it right over there. I've been skimming through it. I love it. It looks so dope. Everything about it is amazing to me. I love it. I'm biased, but so what? I love it. But I just wanted to know, what is Sweet July and why did you choose the name?
So Sweet July is a moment of gratitude for me. So I took a step back when we were trying to figure out what to call the magazine. And I said, I want, when people flip through the pages of this magazine, I want like joy to come over them. And I was like, what makes me feel the most happy? And I was like, having my kids. When Stefan and I got married. Like just everything, celebrating our anniversary now that we're married, and just all the things. And I said, you know what's so crazy? All of that happened in July. Yeah. And July is this month that is like so full of gratitude and high emotion and happiness. And I said, well, that sucks. Like, I don't want to just feel like that in July. Why can't I feel like that every single day? And so it's my personal reminder to like take how I feel in my Sweet July and implement a little bit of that into my everyday life. And while also encouraging everybody else to find what their version of Sweet July is and implement that thing that makes them happy into their everyday life.
Wow, that's so cool.
So, yeah.
How do you even get started on having a magazine? For everyone out there who's saying like, I want to go that same route. How do you do that?
So it's really cool. I was actually approached to do the magazine by my publishing parent company, Meredith Corporation. And they do magazines like People and Shape, Essence. And to be quite frank, like when they called, I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was punking me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it was real. And so I said, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So, but if I'm going to do this, it has to be my voice. Like, it has to be like, I want to touch and feel and have my hand in every single thing. And so it's really a reflection of myself and my thoughts. And it's a safe space for me to do that. And so that's why I was like, yes, I will do it. Because it's nice to have your words the way you want your words and not have them misconstrued.
True.
And so I would say for anybody looking to get into magazines, you can always start online digitally. I think that's a great way to go about it.
What should people be looking forward to from this magazine?
I think they should be looking forward to learning a lot about myself, learning a lot about other women, and not just from like entertainment industry. The goal of the magazine is to focus on business, big and small. There's going to be impactful stories about life changing situations. It's always going to be filled with a ton of recipes. This first issue has, I think, 22. So it's always going to be a mini cookbook, but it's quarterly, so 4 times a year. Yeah.
All right. And where can they go to check this out if they don't know?
Right now we have we have an exciting launch in a couple of days.
Okay.
But right now, just on IG, Sweet July Instagram. For now, I look there for updates, and there'll be more to come soon.
Check out Sweet July on Instagram, y'all. You got a Spotify playlist that's on there. I have people hitting me up all the time like, yo, the playlist on the Sweet July playlist is fire. How did I come up with it? Can you talk about this dope playlist that you created or that you guys created?
Yeah, I've never been the playlist girl. Like, everybody always asks me, what do you want to listen to? What's your favorite song? I could never answer that question. And so my team and I, we sat down and we finally did it. And so it's just all vibes. We have a Saturday vibes playlist for when you're doing self-care or cleaning the house. We have, for when you're cooking in the evenings, we have a separate playlist for that. We have for when you're outside chilling and it's sunny and bright, or if you're inside and it's raining, but you want to feel like it's sunny and bright, we've got that. Mm-hmm. Our next big thing coming up this Thursday is called Chili and Chill. So I'm making chili on live with everybody. Gave the grocery list so we can all cook along, but there's a playlist for that too.
Okay. Playlist for all vibes. All vibes you need. Yes. Right there for you. Sweet July playlist on Spotify. Y'all check it out. And y'all make sure y'all check out Ayesha this Thursday. She's going to show you how to cook some amazing chili. It's fire. It's going to be fire. Trust me. Everything she cooks is fire. Everything she cooks. Trust and believe. Someone in the chat wanted to know if you're going to do a relaunch of jackets. She said she was looking for a large, but they're sold out.
You know what's so crazy? We might have to look into it because we've been asked a couple of times. It wasn't in the plans, but we might have to look into it. And if not that, then it will be something else that's dope for a cause. And where all proceeds will go to charity. We'll always have something cool like that. Okay. Where somebody's getting something that they want while also helping the community. So I feel like it's a win-win.
I love it. I love it.
And be crowned America's #1 food family.
Oh my goodness.
America's #1 food family recently on Family Food Fight.
Yes.
You are, not only are you the host on there, but you're also the producer, am I right?
Yes. So it's the first show that I had like my hands all over and executive produced. And we had our first season. The Mania family won. Sorry if I ruined it for anybody that was still trying. This was last year, so I hope you've watched it. But it was really cool. It was this great big melting pot of different families across America from all different cultural backgrounds coming together, competing for the title of America's #1 food family. And I think what I loved, and I knew it was going to happen, what I loved most about the show is that instead of seeing this combativeness where there's people, going against each other and pitting families against each other, people started to build relationships and come together, and everybody just wanted to see everybody thrive. And I thought it was so special and such a great representation of what our country needs right now.
We need
Yeah, so I don't know if it's coming back for a second season or not. As of right now, I think it's a no,
Come on,
unless
man.
people decide to go ahead and start a petition.
Yeah, let's start a petition. Let's get it, because I need season 2 back. My family needs season 2 back. They love it, so we need to get that going, yo.
Thank you. If I looked nervous, that's why, because I was like, my computer's gonna,
Woo, chef to save the day.
Chris is gonna kill me.
What up, boy?
Who's the real MVP?
Word, the real MVP for real.
Hold on, let me plug this in.
Okay.
Was that inspirational?
Look at Curry, man, so inspirational.
Don't let me.
Look at Curry. Look at Curry, man. Just amazing, bro.
Get out of here, Steph, man. You interrupted.
Right?
You've had like an entertainment background throughout your life, but now you're a producer and a host. How did you get into this, and what made you want to go into the behind the camera side of things?
I think it's nice to have a say in the way things look and the way things feel. If your name's going to be on something, I feel like the minutia, which actually end up being the big deal things that people don't know about, is important to be a part of and be into. You appreciate things much more that way. And I love being creative and ideating. And that's the best.
Words right now.
Hmm?
You hit me with the mean SAT words right now. I love it.
No. Y'all stay making fun of me for my work.
Someone in the chat wants to know how you've always had a passion for cooking, but did you ever have formal training, and did your skills develop naturally?
So I didn't go to formal culinary school. I've been cooking since I was a little girl. Since my parents let me be close to the stove, I was cooking for myself, my siblings, the family. Both of my parents worked. My mom had a salon in our basement of our home in Markham, and so I would sometimes help with the cooking if she'd be working, the whole thing. So that's how I grew up, as I'm sure many of you did as well. But I really loved it. And I would fall asleep to Food Network at night, even though I wasn't supposed to be watching TV, wake up to it. That was my thing. It wasn't like cartoons or anything like that. It was Food Network.
It was trial and error for you.
Yeah. So everything was trial and error. I wasn't formally trained, but I did go to a culinary program when Riley was a baby. But it was a couple weeks. It was a fundamentals course. I absolutely loved it. That's always been my big insecurity with food and calling myself a chef, and that I didn't have that formal training. And I also didn't want to feel like I was taking somebody's hard work and title from them and just throwing it on myself.
Yeah.
And so I've always been super insecure about that. And when I got into the restaurant business with Chef Michael Mina, he looked at me one day and he was like, "No, don't do that to yourself." He's like, "You're supposed to be here." He's like, you get the best training on the job. He said, and that's what you're doing. Cause I was telling him, I'm going to go to culinary school now. He was like, "No, you can go to school right here on the job." And so I've been learning as I go, and it's so rewarding and exciting. Real life education sometimes is the best.
So what do you have to say to women who are like, I want to do that too, but I'm afraid to call myself a chef, but I want to just learn myself. I want to YouTube everything and just try everything myself too.
Well, I would say if you have the opportunity to go to culinary school, go. If that's what you're interested in. I would have loved to have gone. If not, just learn however you can. It's the same thing with when people, sometimes don't go to college. They say, well, you can teach yourself, like read, just keep reading. It's the same thing. Just keep learning, keep trying. It really is trial and error and how much you're feeding your soul and yourself and your brain. Because there's a lot of people that went to school and don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, true. That's so true.
So you gotta work with what you got.
Yep. I want to talk about a secret ingredient that you use all the time, and I love it. And I want to ask you why it's your secret ingredient. And I might be snitching. I don't know, but I'm about to put it out there. So let's see. Brown sugar.
I don't know why I love it so
You
much.
throw that in everything.
Every freaking thing. Sometimes
Why
I
is that?
don't tell anybody I put it in there.
Yeah.
Because now it's at the point where it's like a little embarrassing.
Is it? It
I
makes
mean,
all the
it
difference.
tastes good. It
What?
tastes good.
It makes all the difference.
No, I think you'll notice I put it in a lot of. I like to use it. So whenever there's a like a baking recipe, I prefer to use brown sugar instead of white sugar in most cases, just because. So brown sugar is sugar and molasses, and so I like that burnt, not necessarily bitter, but like robust flavor that it lends more so than white sugar. And then when it comes to things like sauces that have anything tomato based, tomatoes are so acidic, and sometimes you get more of that acid when you eat more so than that tomato flavor. And for some reason, adding just a little bit of sugar cuts the acidity and brings forth that tomatoey flavor.
Mm. Ayesha, this is why I tune into all the stories.
I'm excited.
Because you do this right here, and I just love it.
Excited.
Brown sugar, the secret recipe.
Yes.
So if y'all don't use it, y'all want to be like Ayesha, that's the secret, I think.
Lemonade, even with lemonade, try brown sugar instead of white sugar, and then add a couple dashes of bitters. That's Jamaican style.
Okay. Hey, y'all better listen. Speaking of Jamaican, do you ever use Ray and Nephew in anything that you got going on?
Well, I once put Ray and Nephew on a paper bag and put it on Stefan's
Ankle?
ankle. Because
How'd that work out?
I think it works. Okay, listen, old Jamaican granny methods. It works.
For real, yo, Dre and Nephew is like, that's the secret ingredient to all Jamaican everything, whether it's cold remedies or whatever it is. We use it for everything.
Clean with it. You can eat with it.
Real talk. Real talk. I got another one for you.
Okay.
We got international love over here. It is my favorite restaurant currently for the last, 2 years now, I think. It's my favorite restaurant. I send everybody there when they come in town, when they go to Vegas, wherever they are. You got a whole bunch of them. You got San Francisco, Hawaii, San Diego, Miami, Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's literally my favorite restaurant, Ayesha. Just the whole experience at the restaurant is dope to me. My favorite part outside of the food is the music. You said that you're bad with these playlists, but I remember you created a playlist for the restaurant too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first experience. Like I had to. It's so important when somebody's spending their hard-earned money to go eat a meal somewhere. Like the atmosphere needs to be fire, the music needs to be fire, and the food needs to be even better service up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it had to be that way.
I appreciate that part, but the full experience when you got the torching ribs right in front of you, the smoke dish, you pull out the smoke dish, and
I can't wait until we can do that again.
Man, I know I miss it. I miss it
God.
so much.
My heart is like breaking for just all restaurants right now, and we know we'll recover, but it's just the interim that is just like, God. Mm-hmm. We do have our locations. We've been able to do takeout and curbside. So anybody that's in the Bay or in San Diego right now, it's the 2 locations we have that are doing that.
Good. Yeah.
Or at the restaurant. Yeah, everything goes right back right now during this time. All profits are going right back to all of the employees. So
that's so dope. Yeah. So make sure y'all DoorDash or Uber Eats, whatever you got. International Smoke. We're helping out on both sides. So shout out to International Smoke for doing that. You guys like I was saying, like everything, the cornbread, the Punjabi fish fry, the Cuban rub, the crab soup, the duck wings, like it's just you name it, you got it all. I love it. Can you tell us about how this journey started? How did you go Michael Mina and your own restaurant?
So I was having a meeting, and they took me to Michael Mina, his restaurant, for lunch. and he so happened to be there, and I was so excited because I'd always wanted to meet him, one of my favorite chefs.
Yeah.
And I had just had a conversation with some friends about not being afraid to ask people in those positions questions.
Mm.
You always feel like you're annoying somebody or you don't want to say the wrong thing. And so we had just like made a mandate where we were like, no, if we ever like blah, 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 we're going to ask the questions because that's how you gain knowledge.
Right.
And so I said, here's my moment. So I started asking him questions and come to find out the way that we fell in love with food was exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same, but very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to talking. He was telling me about his tailgates. And so he does these amazing tailgates at the 49ers games. By the way, it's called tailgate, but there's oysters on the half shell. Like it is exquisite. But I basically was joking and was like, haha, if Stefan's Panthers go to the Super Bowl, can I cook with you? And he was like, absolutely. I was like, wait, what just happened? And they went to the Super Bowl and we were able to cook together and we haven't stopped cooking together since. It's crazy. Wow. I think yeah, it's wild. I think he saw how passionate I was in that moment, our first time cooking together. Because he was like, you can go have a drink now. I was like, no, I love it. I was working the line. I like loved everything about it.
I saw it on Instagram, and you guys look like not only is it a lot of fun, but that food looks fire.
It's so good.
What is your favorite dish at International Smoke?
Ooh, okay.
The menu changes like every month.
I can't pick one. Can I pick a couple?
Give me a couple. Let the people know.
So the Thai chili butter cornbread is phenomenal. People ask for multiples to go all the time. Our shellfish platter is great. We pour lemongrass tea over these hot salt rocks and it just infuses the air.
I love the word she uses.
Shut up. Our mango habanero duck wings.
I love the duck wings.
I eat way too many of those. And our mac and cheese is fire. It has rib tips and cornbread crumble on the top. So it's this delicious mix of like classic auntie's mac and cheese with backyard barbecue, with Thanksgiving. Like it's just so good and it's sweet, savory, pure umami. It's so good. I don't know everything. I
love it all, and I like it that when every time I come back, it's a different menu. Like every month, different drink.
We keep the favorites and the staples, and then we like to interchange things.
Love it. I love it. Can you tell me about the green jerk sauce? Because I'm in love with it, and make sure everybody gets it when they come to the restaurant. What's in it?
So that's something that comes to the table right as soon as you sit down. So I came up with this, when you go to a nice restaurant, they usually give you something on the house that you can snack on, whether it's like nuts or like whatever. So I said, in every single Caribbean culture, they have their version of green seasoning, and every single Jamaican has their version of green seasoning. And so I said, let me take mine, but make it edible like right off the bat so that you can put it on everything. So instead of it being just a marinade, it could be a dipping sauce, like a staple condiment on the table. And so we present it right at the beginning of the meal with these house-made barbecue chips that I created.
So
I tried to create a chip that was like similar to a Martin's. Stefan loves these chips called Martin's, and so I had to figure out a version. And so it's there to dip the chips in, but it's there for the whole meal, and it's
good on everything,
spicy and tangy.
Everything, fish, you like every single thing. Y'all make sure when y'all go, you get a whole bunch of the green sauce. Ask for extra green sauce.
That going into the mac and cheese.
For real. Jennifer wants to know, when is International Smoke coming to LA?
To be quite frank, it'll probably be a long while because of everything that's going on right now. We had always talked about it, but right now, I think the main focus is going to be making sure that what we have stays standing and thriving. Just given the times.
Understood. Jennifer, hope you heard
That's the answer right now.
that.
All right, me notice something.
What you notice?
Good
Apple. You know what that is, right?
I'm still trying to find my filter.
They took Gina
They
Jamaica
need
away.
to bring back my filter.
What is? They took Gina Jamaica away. My
Yes.
family loves Gina. Every time Gina Jamaica pop up, I get mad texts like, "Yo,
No.
I didn't even know she was Jamaican."
Yes, embarrassingly, like I spent an hour scrolling through the Snapchat lenses, and I feel like it's the only one that's deleted.
What?
Like it's not there, and they need it back.
There was one time where they actually brought it back for you, though, right?
Yeah, one time years ago, it's
messed
gone. I need it.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's the big mouth filter. It's not that one. It's a different one.
I thought it was that one too.
No, it's not that one.
Oh man, we gotta get that back, yo. The streets is missing Gina Jamaica.
It doesn't look the same. Now I have like another character on there named Delphine.
Delphine is a new one.
Cool.
We gotta check her out.
Yeah, Delphine. I mean, she's cool, but she's not as cool as
She's
Gina.
not as cool as Gina.
He knows it though. That's the issue.
How's Errol?
He's good.
That's what's up.
He's sad because he, cricket practice is canceled.
Oh yeah, I'm counting cricket. Sure. I found one time, I don't know where it was. I saw someone trying to get at you. You said something, and they was like, "Ayesha, get back to the kitchen." And then you hit him back. You was like, "Which one?"
Oh God.
San Diego, Miami.
I'm just gonna stick my teeth.
I love that clap back, yo. I love it. How do you handle people putting these projections of themselves on the internet on you? How do you handle that?
I don't know. It's so weird. And I say this, part of me wonders if like there was one year that like, we all know which year it was. All these memes started coming out that I had nothing to do with. And part of me wonders if people think that I made those memes. Like, if they thought the memes were coming from me. You know how aunties sometimes be on like fake Instagram?
Yeah.
You're like, this is a fake Instagram. Stop commenting on the fake Instagram.
Ain't no blue check over there.
So I don't know. I really don't know. I just, I've thankfully built up some tough skin over the years. So it is what it is.
People talk crazy, and they would never say that to you in front of your face. They'll be the biggest fan in front of your face, but here they are talking crazy. And that hurts you to read that stuff. For sure. I know that like it bothers you when you read something crazy like that. These people don't even know you.
Of course it does, but you gotta let it. You gotta take it off. And then there's those moments, honestly, where I might have like had a glass of wine or two, and I think it's fun to like. Like it's just we're all human. It's fine.
All in all, you're unbothered.
Yeah.
So my cooking is I can follow directions. I could do a little something. But I wanted to ask you just like a recipe for success. I want to bring a woman in my life over to cook for her. And I want to make it seem like I actually did something and only got 30 minutes to do it. What do you suggest that I cook?
30 minutes. Crab bucatini.
What's that?
Crab bucatini. So it's a pasta dish with crab and tomatoes and basil, little cheese. It's delicious, but it's a pleaser. And the best part is it's inexpensive because you don't have to use fresh crab meat. You can actually use the canned stuff and it turns out just fine.
Okay.
Like if you have to. So I love that. The recipe's not out yet. It's gonna be in my next cookbook that comes out in September.
Oh! New cookbook soon come. Hold up. My recipe gotta wait. You gotta tell us about this new cookbook, Ish. What is this?
I can't say the name yet because I'm doing a big title reveal, but it comes out in September. I've been working on it for a year and a half. It's done now. It has a cover. Probably be putting it up in the next couple weeks or so, announcing it. But I am It's such a different. It's so interesting. So that cookbook that you have behind you, it's going to be so interesting to see that one and the new one side by side because it's. I think it's a reflection of growth,
Yeah.
and those recipes are still fire. But the way that I went about the first cookbook is very different than the way that I went about this second cookbook. So this second cookbook was all hands on deck, and it's like it's just a better cookbook.
Okay. You learn from experience.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it'll have been 5 years, so it better be better.
Yeah. I remember you working so hard on it. You having all the people at the house coming together to make this thing go. You worked so hard for a really long time on it. So I'm super hyped to see it, check it out, cop it, and I know it's gonna be another New York Times bestseller.
Oh God, fingers crossed.
It's going to be. I'm telling you. You are already a New York Times bestseller with the first cookbook. Like,
it's crazy.
What's that like? And how did you even get into the process of starting your own book?
It's something that I had been working on without ever thinking that it was going to be an actual cookbook. So like I had these hopes and dreams always of having this cookbook. And so I started writing things down. I came up with a million ideas, a million titles. And I remember I had some friends over one night and I was just running the idea by them, and one was an author themselves, and they said, well, let me see what you have. And so I pulled out my little laminated folder and was like, here, you need to do this. You really need to do it. And I was like, really? Okay. And so funny enough, like I tried to find, like a manager for that specific reason to figure out how to get the cookbook done. And so within like a couple of months, I had my first cookbook deal and was well into writing it, but much different process because I had been writing it in my head for years.
Yeah.
So this one was tough because it was all new.
Your face says it all, though. You got me hyped.
I'm so excited.
What should we be looking forward to in this book?
Lots and lots and lots of dinner recipes, lots of cocktails.
Okay.
Everything is going to be less than an hour.
Okay.
Like
for the busy moms.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Saving.
Balance. Find your balance.
This is so funny.
Balance is a word that I hear people ask you about all the time. And it's probably annoying. And I'm like, do I ask her about it? Because it seems like I saw you say that people always ask you, but they never ask Stefan about the balance or whatever it is. Who said what's up to?
Chukas.
Chukas, what up, girl?
Hi, and then go. Like, walk on and walk off. Wave.
What's up, girl?
Okay, I love you. Okay. We probably just wanted to come see if I was eating something in private.
She eats all day long.
Okay.
How do you balance this entrepreneur life with 3 young kids and then a husband who's always on the road? How do you balance this stuff? Chuka's back again?
Yes. This is like this couldn't be timed any better. It will be done soon. It's cooking itself in the oven, so it's good.
She hungry, man. She hungry, yeah.
Okay, yes. Thank you for my kisses. So that's the thing. Balance does not exist.
Yeah.
It's a lie. It is a made up thing. I don't know who made it up. No offense, but probably some man. Because balance, it just doesn't. It's you. What balance is it's finding your own cadence within your chaos that works for you. Things are always going to be chaotic. When they're not chaotic, they're going to be really boring. So how do you love yourself enough and like feel comfortable within your situation enough to just feel okay? To be honest, like, yeah, we're all running around like chickens with our head cut off, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I know people in my life women in my life, they hit me up because you make it look so easy.
No. Sometimes I be in my room like crying. Steph Steph was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I got nothing done on my list today." He's like, "If you don't stop, like, everything is fine." And it's true. In hindsight, everything is okay. It's okay.
Melanie wants to know how do you.
You're touching my braids.
That's a good girl. Melanie wants to know how do you preserve through your tougher days? Persevere. I'm sorry.
How do I persevere through my tougher days? That's a good one because that's Cannon.
What's up, Cannon?
He's not in here. He's just loud. He's calling my mom. He's like, "Grandma." I sometimes a good cry is necessary and it's okay. Like I'm not a believer in. I'm not a believer in. See, he's having a good cry.
Yeah, we need
I'm
it.
not
We need
a
it.
believer in.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, he probably wants
You.
gummies or a couple chips, as he says.
Apple juju?
He's his daddy's son for sure. He likes popcorn, all the things. But I don't. Some people, you know that saying like big girls don't cry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in that. I think suppressing your emotions just aren't great. It just because they bottle up and then spiral and turn into mountains, and you just don't. Why? So I believe in a good cry every now and then when you're not having a great day, but you cry, then you brush yourself off and you keep it moving.
So you use your 5 to 10 minutes a day to get your cry out, let it out, but it's back to thugging it out.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, Melanie, I hope you like that. I hope you like what she said. There's no such thing as balance, and let it out, man. Just let it out. Bottling up is only going to lead to something crazy later on.
And there's no use in pretending. There's a lot of people that pretend like they're good and like they have it all together, and that's never good either. Because the only person that's going to be affected by it at the end of the day is yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
men, women, let it all out. It's all right. You got your family. You got people to hold you down. Let it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fam, I love how you empower your family. Your best friend is Steph Stylist. Your brother Jazz shoots a whole bunch of your stuff.
Yeah.
And your sisters are like a daily part of your daily day-to-day life. Yeah. How important is it for you to like you get into all of these doors, but you always leave it open for the family too to come in and do their thing? How important is it for you to empower your family like that?
It's so important for me, and I do it where I can. And sometimes there's things that can't be done, but like I like what's better than working and being around your family all the time.
Yeah.
And then for me, like my sister basically, I hate using this word, but my sister, well, she's resident auntie. So she's with the kids when I'm working. And I honestly, that's been such a blessing to me, and my mom as well, as she is right now. It's been such a blessing. It's the way that I can work with confidence. So I feel very lucky and blessed to be able to have them with me. And just like Jazz right now, he's doing these sick murals in the city, and it's just been cool to watch it all come together, and it's just exciting to watch them grow.
I see people look at your life and they always think like it's so easy. Of course she has that, or of course she can do this. But it's like it's not that easy. Can you speak to I don't know, just a hurdle that you constantly have to jump over?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to complain.
But we all have it's not easy.
I won't say much, but it's not easy because initially like going in, I had to break down assumptions and break down barriers. So doors are open, but then I had to walk through them and prove myself, right? To stay there. Like 10 times harder, to be honest, because of all the stigmas that were inadvertently put on me.
Right.
So that's been interesting. That was a journey, but there's so much. Instagram is not reality, and there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes, so much work going on behind the scenes to do all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just just know things are there's always something going on.
Hillary
Yeah.
asks, how do you deal with rejection at work?
Mm, goodness. I feel like every day, right? Like because a lot of what we do is on social media right now.
Mm-hmm.
So even like negative comments, that's I mean that's rejection. So I deal with it fine at this point. There was a lot of rejection in the beginning. Um and now I feel like I'm at a point where I've proved myself, and so been it's been nice. But I think now I'm at the point where I'm having to make sure that I'm staying creative
Mm-hmm.
and innovative to stay where I am, if not grow.
Yeah.
So that's been the thing for me, is making sure I don't stay stagnant.
Not staying stagnant, staying creative is how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ignore all the BS and keep moving.
yeah.
Got a branding question for you. Do you ever
Okay.
feel restricted by branding? You your brand is a conservative, wholesome brand. Do you ever feel pigeonholed?
Is it? See, and these are things like is that how it comes across?
That's what I think. That's what the public thinks.
See that, and that's like I've always just been myself. That's the
Mhm.
thing, like branded. Like I've never branded.
You just
I've
been yourself.
always just been, like I started with a personal blog that was about. I've always just been myself. And guys, like honestly, who I am now could be very different in 5 years, and that's okay. So I think it's being open, realizing that okay, brand, but like it's an individual person,
Mm-hmm.
and people grow and evolve and change, and so some of you might like it and some of you might not, and I think it's me knowing that I'm being myself that's most important. And so I hope that that's always what's coming across, is that I'm literally being myself.
Yeah.
So I hope it's authentic. And
So you can't be pigeonholed because this is literally
no,
who you are.
no, I never feel that way.
That's what I thought.
I mean, I might be afraid to like post like a twerk video.
Hey girl, if you want to get your twerk on, you better get your twerk on.
It doesn't mean I haven't thought about it, but then my inner mom kicks in, and I'm like,
So that's what you're like. You know what? I
let's
can't
play that one.
Yeah. So setting the example for your daughters holds you back.
Yeah, that's really all there is to it, you guys.
Understood. Along with a new book coming in the fall, do you have some new cookware coming?
I don't know. I can't talk about it, Chris.
Okay. The streets wanted to know.
That's insider family stuff, bro.
You know what? Forget it. Have you dealt with any hurdles because you're a woman? I recently saw the Bethany from Skinny Girl Margaritas. She
Okay.
talked about how she wasn't able to get a lot of doors opened because she was a woman, and then when she got a man to be a part of it, everything was different, and she was able to make moves now. Do you ever feel that way?
Mm. I've never noticed it. I try to like flip my thought process.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never noticed that. I do know statistics, right? So I do know that in the restaurant industry, 7% of restaurant owners and head or executive chefs are women. That's it. 7.
That's
So I
crazy.
know that that's a low number, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something that, like, behind the scenes, I'm working to help shift. I have some ideas. And so things like that, yeah, I noticed that. But me personally, I have not. What I do notice is a lot of times, well, I think because it's situational. So being married to Stefan, oftentimes I don't have an actual name.
Mm.
Like, I'm just like, oh, that's Steph's wife, and like I'm proud of that. I'm happy to be
But
his
you're
wife, but
so much more than that.
I'm like, but I like when I was born, when I when I was born out of my mother, he gave me a name, so like it's okay to use it sometimes,
Yeah,
guys.
for sure. You're so much more than just
So
Stephanie.
I think I experienced that more.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's been so many years now that I'm comfortable in it, and it is what it is. So again, not complaining.
Mm-hmm. So you don't really notice it, but you feel like you can still operate and still make your moves.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I have a team full of women, so I haven't
That's so dope.
I haven't noticed
Why is
it.
it important for you to have a team full of women?
Oh, I mean, isn't that self-explanatory? I feel like you need to practice what you preach.
Mm,
So, and we have I'm all about inclusivity. So, like, there's a couple of men sprinkled throughout, but it's predominantly women.
I love it.
Uh, it's important to me.
I love it. And you're a smart woman.
Guess we'll never know what Harvard gets us.
No, Drake. Aisha does know where Harvard can get us. She took the
Oh,
online business class. And can you tell us what you studied and just how did
yeah.
you end up getting on that path to say, hey, let me try this online business class with Harvard?
So they have these executive program classes, and to be honest, cover lip gloss. To be honest, anybody can go on and apply to take them. I don't know what their system is with like letting people in. The classes aren't in hindsight that expensive. I think I took one class, it was $700 for an 8-week course. I feel like generally speaking for the education that you're getting. And they also have plans too. So like but anybody can take them. It's getting through it and seeing it through and finishing it.
Mm.
And so I think that's why they're so affordable. They know that people aren't necessarily going to get through it. But I learned it couldn't have come at a better time in my life. I learned so much. So I took a management essentials class, and then I followed it up and took an entrepreneurs essentials class. And so it basically, for anybody in business looking to start a business, that want to know how to manage a team or group of people, that want to know how they should be managed, like take the courses. It was so wonderful and insightful. And I got through it, and I got my 2 little certificates. I was so excited.
That's dope. Shout out to you.
Thanks.
What was your biggest takeaway from it?
My biggest takeaway was that for me it was a confidence booster because I realized I knew more than I thought that I did.
Mm.
So it was giving me the reassurance that I knew what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really helpful to me. And then just for me, learning how to delegate. I wasn't good at that, and it helped a lot.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope.
Baby, you smart. You very smart. Matter of fact, you a genius.
You a genius. Shout out to you.
Love it.
What new ventures that you haven't tapped into yet, but that you would like? Are there any new ventures that you would like to pursue that you haven't pursued yet?
No, I want to do. I know I want to do another food-based show, so I'm trying to figure out what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like I'll produce it, but I want it to be not so fluffy and impactful. And so it's just figuring out. I don't want to rush into anything. I want something to stick. So
Right.
It's just figuring out what that is. Making sure that the magazine is great and that, we're making sure that we're inventive and inclusive and exciting and fresh. Expanding Sweet July is an important thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Into whatever that might be. I don't know.
You use the term jack of all trades and master of none a lot.
Yeah.
I feel that's what's coming from your answer right here.
Yeah, like I don't want to. It's really taking what I've have now,
Mm-hmm.
and making sure that I focus on that and not necessarily anything new.
Yep.
So
Understand.
yeah, making sure that that's the best it can be.
Mm-hmm. Just being
Focus.
the best at what you have going on right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Right now, you and the lovely Sadell Curry. Oh, sorry, Sadell Lee Curry Lee. My apologies. Uh,
Well, you.
you guys have a dope wine that I truly enjoy. You guys, can you talk a little bit about Domaine Curry?
I would love to.
Let's hear it.
That's our little baby. We are so proud of our wine. So it's Domaine Curry Femme 31. And the women in our family are so strong and bold and luscious.
Mm-hmm. That's a good word.
It's like we would laugh all the time and say, "Oh, we're like big bold cabs," like especially our moms. So you're like, you guys are like big bold cabs, you know?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
can be
yeah.
really strong on their own. They're
Yep.
great with a steak, but great on your own too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so when the opportunity came to start this wine, we were like, yes. And so we based it off of Proverbs 31:16. So it's the virtuous woman takes her earning, buys a field, and plants a vineyard.
Mm.
So that's the whole ethos of it. That's how it came about. And it just so happens that our wine does really, really well. And we're so happy about it. It's small, but it's well rated. And so we're really proud of it. And
So,
the last blend, Sadell and I actually picked the blends ourselves. So
mm-hmm.
it was really our first time, really, really getting into it and figuring out the tannins and what we wanted. Do we want this Petit Verdot? Like, what do we want?
Yeah.
And we figured it out, and it was rated higher than our first vintage. And so it's just like, we're learning so much. I think we're getting better too. We love our wine.
Mm-hmm.
We hoard it.
Yeah.
So we even only open it for special occasions. So.
Yeah, it's so good. The newest is what is it, a Sauvignon Blanc?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
we were tasting that last June.
Citrusy, lots of grapefruit. It's perfect for summer. Yeah. So good.
When are you gonna have a wine tasting tour?
When people are allowed to gather.
Yeah.
Once things start opening back up, it's a lot of people don't know this, but it's not on vineyard property. But in Napa, you're able to go to Amuse-Bouche on Main Street and do a tasting of our wine. So that's there. Again, not sure when everything's opening back up, but it's definitely in the foreseeable future.
So it's available. As soon as we allow back outside, it's available, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I need to check it out. Ashley Beckles wants to know what advice you give for opening a restaurant. First steps and what are common mistakes?
I would say find people who know what they're doing and have experience, even if it's not to partner, if it's to pick their brain about what to do. Always focus on service first. That's most important. Making sure that the team of people that you're going to be with in the kitchen and in the front of house, back of house, day in and day out are well respected and taken care of and loved, and that your environment within the restaurant first is solid. And once that happens, like people can feel that, and customers can feel that. So yeah, that's, I know with Phoenix, it's all about hospitality.
The service on the inside, the hospitality, and the minds that you connect with, Ashley. Sounds like that's the most important part. Brittany wants to know, where can you buy the wine? She's in Napa.
Oh, so it's at all Total Wines throughout Northern California, and in Safeways now, I believe. But if not, you can go on our website. It's domainecurrywines.com.
Domainecurrywines.com.
Yeah.
Check it out. I want to take you back to your old stomping grounds. Back in the 6.
Oh yes. Oh the OG.
The streets want to know who is your favorite Toronto artist, not named Drake or Tory Lanez.
I was like, you. Well,
No
no offense, but the second one is not on any list of mine because he totally shaded me and tried to trade me. Okay, he tried to take away my blackness. So
What?
whatever.
We're gonna have to get at Tory.
Whatever. I'm not even gonna. No, see, because this is what this whole thing's gonna turn into. This is not what it's.
Nah, it's all love. It's all love.
Um.
Favorite artist from Toronto?
Ooh. See, so this is so funny, but Cardinal Official.
Cardinal Official. Okay, the OG.
Yes.
Okay. He kind of got it started for y'all.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And my next question for you, dealing with Toronto, is.
Says she wanna come to Toronto. She wanna come to the sick side. You know that's the best side. Caravan.
How many caravanas have you been to? 0? No, Ish.
I'm ashamed. Yeah, I'm absolutely ashamed. It's not my fault.
Whose fault is it?
My strict freaking parents.
so,
nothing.
So you wasn't allowed to go to no caravanas?
No.
What is this?
No. They wouldn't let me go to Caravana. Back in the day, they wouldn't let me go to this place called Pacific Mall, where you could get the knockoff cell phone cases and the knockoff wallets. Wouldn't go. Couldn't go nowhere. Everybody growing up, everybody would get to go on a skiing trip. I would have to opt out and do the snowshoes.
Oh man. Why they did you like that?
I don't know. Golly.
That's hilarious. But Toronto wanted to know the answer to those questions.
Really?
Yes, they did. But without further ado, that takes us into our game show. Finish that tune. Are you ready to finish the lyrics to this song?
Yeah.
You should know it.
Okay.
Here we go. And, by the way, if you win, we're going to randomly select someone to get that 10-piece cook set.
Okay.
Yeah, I won it. Let's go. What's up to Ayesha, y'all? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm too young.
What's next?
Too young for love.
Too young for love.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Aisha knows the tune.
Just me, the 12-year-old video vixen, you know?
For y'all that don't know, that song is called Too Young for Love by, is it Suge Prince?
Yeah.
Suge Prince, who is now, man, I forgot his name now. What's his name now? I forgot. He's a part of the OVO camp now.
Oh.
Ayesha was in the video. Y'all need to check that out. Y'all need to YouTube Too Young for Love by Suge Prince. You're going to see a young Ayesha getting her video vixen on.
He did not want me to be the girl in the video, by the way.
Why are you saying?
No, he was salty. I'm putting that on the record.
Yeah. We got to get at him too. There's a couple people from Toronto we need to holla at, yo.
He did not want... his mom and aunties and stuff did, though. That's all that matters.
Word. Shout out to the ladies. Because Ayesha answered the question correct, our winner is Claudia V. I want to try your last name.
Try it.
I'm afraid of butchering it.
Did I say it?
Go ahead.
Where is it? Let's see. Oh wait, I don't.
I
Claudia Villavicencio.
Claudia, you are the winner of. See that behind me? You got those. You got 10 of those things. It's gonna be dope. Hit me up via DM on Instagram, COSeezy, COSeezy.
DM him, please, what color you want to.
So send me your address and the color that you want, and we will get that sent to you. I can't wait to see all the dope stuff that you get to cook. And shout out to Ayesha for making this all happen.
Yay.
Word. Ayesha, we wrapping up right now.
All right.
And with that, I just wanted to ask you what advice you have to give to 22-year-old Ayesha.
Ooh. Don't sweat the small stuff. There's a cool life ahead of you, kid.
Mm. Mm. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
And you definitely weren't too young for love at 22.
No.
Okay, so
Don't
shukran.
let anybody tell you that, people.
All right, y'all heard Ayesha. I'm just gonna ask you about a couple people in your life, and I just want you to give me one word before we get out of here. You ready?
Yep.
The first one is Michael Mina.
Legend.
We got Jessica Alba.
Mom boss.
Carol Alexander.
Queen.
Mm.
My mom.
Michelle Obama.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse, I love that. And last but not least, Stephen Curry.
MVH.
NBH.
MVH.
Most valuable husband. Got it.
Oh, like goat.
I love it, Ayesha. I love you, and you've been amazing for us. The chat looks like they loved everything that you contributed to us today. Our winner is super blessed with your 10-piece set. Y'all make sure y'all get the Sweet July. Y'all make sure y'all look for her new book coming this fall. Y'all make sure y'all tune into Instagram Live this Thursday at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yep.
Make sure y'all do that. And
I gotta go finish my stew.
exactly. And I'm coming back to y'all. I got a whole list of amazing women just like Ayesha. Y'all gonna want to keep it locked and check us out. Once again, thank you to Yellowbrick for making this happen. You guys make sure you check them out if you want to take your passion and turn it into a career just like Ayesha. Ayesha, thank you so much.
You.
Until next time, I'll holla at y'all, baby. We out of here.
Bye.